There are many different reasons to tune a duck call. A lot of things could happen out there. Your duck call could freeze. Your duck call could be dropped, and the cork or rubber piece could fall out of the tone board. Or just blowing and practicing with that duck call. You could wear out reeds, or you could crack reeds. One thing you want to pay attention to is the length of the reed that you have. Some things that you could do when you get that brand new duck call, regardless of what it sounds like, you could take a permanent marker and actually make a mark on your tone board where that's at. It's really helpful to use as a rule of thumb to, about how long of a reed you need, because when you start or when you purchase some reeds from that call manufacturer, they're typically going to be longer than what you have. With that mark, you could get a general idea of how long it's got to be and how it's supposed to fit even down each side. When you're tuning the duck call, remember, take a look at your call, and if you have marked it, look at that tone channel and look at the comparison and distance between the opening of that tone channel to where the reed is. The longer the reed is sitting on that tone channel, it might not even sound like a duck if it's farther than the pitch of that tone channel. Remember, as you cut back on that reed, it's going to make it higher pitched. When you buy reeds, buy them in bulk, because your first time tuning the duck call, you could cut that reed back into the tone channel. It's not going to make any sound at all. It might take you a couple times, and you really want to get the ear for different sounds that this call is making and different tones it's going to make, and you might have two different calls. One you want a little bit higher pitched, one you want a little bit lower pitched, depending on that hunting situation. But most importantly, what the ducks are reacting to as well. I've tuned calls in the field, in the boat, fixed calls for people out there too, because they hear my call and they're like, hey, I really like the raspiness of that call, or that high-pitched comeback that you could get. How can I do that? So I sit out there with a pair of scissors or a knife or something and cut the reed back to where they like it. Like I said, make sure you have those extra reeds. You might screw it up the first couple times that you do it. You want to have those reeds on hand anyway. Throw them in your blind bag to have on hand when you're hunting, because if you don't have your calls out there, and if your call goes down, can you really rely on your buddy? I hope so, but those extra reeds will definitely help you out when you're tuning, whether in the field or at home.